As you can see by the state of my top, this video is not about my ironing or pressing skills. It's about HOKA's Mach 6. Before we get into the review though, let me walk you through my journey with HOKA. I started here. Bondi 8. I got this as a Christmas present from the fiance. Loved it, but it was After that though, HOKA met Bob Marley and gave us the Redemption song. If you don't know the Redemption song, that is lost on you. Never mind, let's get back to this. Now this was a running shoe. This put HOKA in a position where I thought, oh my gosh, I need to know this HOKA person. Who are they? Quickly followed up with this. The Mach X. Loved this so much, I actually got a different colorway. Yeah, I know, not the most sound of financial decisions, but HOKA woke up and started making running shoes. They moved away from the masonry work they were doing before, right? And then the Cielo Road. I got in touch with Hella Good. He's a HOKA guy, and he told me about the shoe. I said, okay, I'll give it a go, and I did, and I loved it. One of the most breathable daily trainers they was. Anyway, all these shoes got together and they produced this. The Cielo X1. At this point, I've fallen deep in love with HOKA. HOKA has got all of my heart, dedication, and all of that. And then I just got this. And this is what I want to talk to you about. Mach 6. Possibly the best daily trainer of 2024. My name is Aubrey. I'm a runner and I'm good with being me. In this video, let's talk a deep review of HOKA's Mach 6. Let's start with the price. I told you, it's one of the best daily trainers we've got. 140 pounds. In today's time, that is crazy. You want to talk about the weight? 246 grams, 8.7 ounces. Just keep listening. You'll see what I mean. Keep listening. Let's talk about the stack height. Bang. 37 at the back, 32 at the front, being a 5mm drop. Now that drop, you feel it when you're running, and I have loved every second of it. I've just started a video series where I'm filming all of my running workouts. I'm aiming for my fastest 5K ever. And the last two videos before this one are a pyramid interval session as well as a rolling 300 rep session in this shoe. Those two videos alone are an adequate review of this shoe. But as I always do, let's break the shoe down. We're gonna go from the top, working our way down and discuss all of the elements of this shoe in basic everyday language. No techie names, no jargon. Let's start with the heel. Here, I love this. And these are the little things that argue for this shoe being one of the best ones. Now, normally, I love heel tabs, but I'm gonna be honest with you, heel tabs can be slightly impractical in trying to get your finger in that thing and trying to pull the shoe on. This, don't get me wrong, if you get your thumb caught in there while you're putting your foot in, it does hurt a little bit. But this is very practical for a heel tab. The second thing, this collar here. The feel, because you do hold that as you put your foot in, and it just feels nice. And there is comfort, there is good padding, and I didn't have any issues with heel slips. One thing you will know, there in the lacing system, you're gonna see this eyelet back here. That's for your runner's knot. I didn't need to use it. It's very, very good. In terms of structure at the back, you can push that in. There is nothing happening. That's not going anywhere. It's a very protected heel, and I love the feel of it. The tongue. You know where we're gonna start, right? Let me come close. It's gusseted. Hold on. It's gusseted. The tongue is gusseted. Not just gusseted, the type of gussetedness that the gusseted gods dictated. This here is how you gusset a running shoe. The tongue is perfectly held in place. It also has these little loops in the middle there, because what that does when you feed the laces in, whilst the gussetedness helps that tongue stay in place, this part of the tongue holds the tongue from slipping up and down. That thing is not going anywhere. If there's one thing maybe I would criticize over it, it is kind of thick. I want to see how it runs in the summertime. When you look at the tongue, at the very top of it, where you see this HOKA branding there, It's not just a pretty face for aesthetics. That is exactly where you're gonna tie those laces. It provides extra padding that you won't feel any pinch, any pressure on the top of your foot. The lacing system. Now look, here's how you make a good lacing system. Just put holes, done. And good laces, done. Done. Well done, HOKA. Well done for the simplicity here. The eyelets are holes all the way through. The laces are a good length and a good texture. Simplicity. Keep it simple, and they've done that here. Well done. The upper. I discussed the upper in two ways. Technical performance as well as aesthetics. Now, I feel like in terms of aesthetics, HOKA let me down a little bit. This is the Cielo X1. Beautiful running shoe. Beautiful. You see where I'm going with this? I felt like something could have been done to just to add spice to it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about the colorway. I'm talking about just the little things about this upper. In terms of aesthetics, honestly, it's not really anything to sing a song about. It does the job. The heart of this upper, though, for me, is its performance. Now, I know there are a lot of people complaining about the fit of this shoe. I wear a 9.5 UK. I got a 9.5 UK, and I ran in it. It just felt sublime. And here is my measure of a good running shoe. If I forget that it's there, if I forget about what the shoe is doing to my foot, and I'm just focusing on running, they've got me. This does exactly that. I therefore am left to focus on my lack of cardiovascular fitness, what my heart rate is doing, my lungs are burning on fire, and all of that kind of stuff. I also don't have time to then be worrying about the shoe that I'm wearing. And then the last thing to talk about, the upper, the breathability, I've got no complaints. Honestly, great shoe. It's only the tongue that I talked about, but everything else, even when you look very closely in terms of the upper, you can see they've been very intentional about working that breathability in. Excellent shoe. Excellent. The midsole. Now this, they're calling it a supercritical EVA foam. Listen, I don't have time for what the name is. I really don't. This is honestly, it just feels sublime. It just feels amazing to run in. Now, I don't have my fitness all the way back to what it once was. So I'm running these workouts and they hurt. Believe me, they hurt. But to have a shoe that gives you the confidence of doing these workouts you haven't done before, and they're challenging your heart rate zones all the way to zone 4, zone 5, that is exactly what this shoe delivered for me. Now, in the Mark 5, they had a layer of what they've got here and their normal EVA foam. They've introduced that to be the supercritical EVA foam, and you notice it. You really do. I love it. The thing that I love the most about it is 140 to get that experience. That's definitely worth considering. Because daily trainers now, honestly, you're getting them at 160, and On Running just put out their daily trainer, the Monster Hyper, and that's at 210 pounds. Now, when you get a daily trainer, therefore, giving you this type of midsole, this type of performance at 140 pounds, you get all of my attention. All right, I've calmed down, recomposed myself. Let's talk about the shape, the geometry of this rocker. Love it, love it. Now, here's something that it might be controversial to say because HOKA hasn't put this in a spec sheet. I haven't heard them actually publicly say, or maybe I just haven't been listening. This is not one for your easy run, that daily trainer kind of side of things where you can go on a zone 2 kind of run. I would probably go something more intentionally for that. This here is more for that speed kind of miles. That's what I've learned from it. That's what I've done in it. And I think it delivers exactly to that brief. And I think it's also a function not only of the materials, but that geometry. This rocker here definitely lifts you off. And I'm starting to feel great with my running. As always, we always end the shoe here. Bang, the outsole. It looks delicious. I absolutely love this. Now, if you saw the Mark 5, sorry I don't have it. I wasn't a devoted HOKA fan back then. because I didn't think they were making running shoes. They belonged in the masonry industry making bricks. Now they've woken up and started making serious running shoes. That is intentional. Coverage on all key landing zones. I would have to be nitpicking to start telling you the faults. In terms of grip, you saw the weather. Well, you haven't yet. After this, go watch the workout videos that I'm doing. I had to stop filming because it was a rainy day, and this did not let me down. Guys, I'm mindful that I'm very, very hyped up about this shoe. I'm mindful that I sound like a HOKA fanboy. I am mindful. But I see no point in me trying to find something negative to say just to satisfy that I've given critique and feedback on a shoe. Please trust me, this is not a waste of your 140 pounds. Just take my word for it. Let me know what you think. Let me know your views. If you've maybe watched other reviews, what they have said, what your experience is. Look, who is this shoe for? Be mindful that they make two fits of this shoe, the regular one and a wide fit. If the regular one doesn't work for you, try the wide one, because I don't know what kind of foot shape you've got. That's it. Honestly, I've got a few more runs I'm gonna definitely do in this shoe, and I'm definitely keeping it in the rotation. I absolutely love it for what it is, especially for those speed workouts. I definitely prefer this to the HOKA Cielo Road. So this is definitely staying in the rotation. Head to the clouds, feet on the ground. I'll see you on the next one.